Over to you, Richard.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Sigrid. I'll speak to you now for a while. I'll deliver my little show in its special abridged form, and then perhaps we can have a chat afterwards. This will last about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. On the 25th of January, 1759, 52 years after the Treaty of Union with England had abolished the Scottish Parliament, 14 years after the 45 Rebellion had feared to restore the Stuarts to the throne of Britain, Robert Burns was born. The Scots were afraid that they'd be swallowed up by the English and their separate identity lost forever. No one did more to prevent this from happening than Robert Burns. It is fitting, therefore, that he should celebrate his own birth in song. There was a lad was born in Kyle, but what na day or what na style, I doot it's hardly worth a while. To be sae nice wi' Robin. Robin was a roving boy, a rantin' rovin', rantin' rovin'. Robin was a roving boy, a rantin' rovin' Robin. Oor monarch's hinmost year but yin was 25 days begun. 'Twas then a blast o' Januar wind blew Hansel in on Robin. Robin was a roving boy, a rantin' rovin', rantin' rovin'. Robin was a roving boy, a rantin' rovin' Robin. He'll hae misfortunes great and small, but I heard up in them all. He'll be a credit to us all. We'll all be proud o' Robin. Robin was a roving boy, a rantin' rovin', rantin' rovin'. Robin was a roving boy, a rantin' rovin' Robin. But sure as 3 times 3 mak' 9, I see by ilka score and line, this chap will dearly like oor kind. So leaves me only Robin. Robin was a roving boy, a rantin' rovin', rantin' rovin'. Robin was a roving boy, a rantin' rovin' Robin. Good evening, my new Scotland Hub friends, brothers and sisters. We are gathered here to honour the memory of our ain Rabbie Burns, who passed away in the year of our Lord, 1796, in the 37th year of his age. As I was a-wandering ye morning in spring, I heard a young ploughman say sweetly to sing. And as he was singing these words he did say, there's nae life like the ploughman's in the sweet month o' May. It was upon a lammas nicht, when Conrigs are bonny o, beneath the moon's unclouded licht, I held a wae Annie o. The time flew by with tentless heed, till tween the late and early o. With small persuasion she agreed to see me through the barley o. Corn rigs and barley rigs, corn rigs are bonny o. I'll ne'er forget that happy nicht, among the rigs wi' Annie o. The sky was blue, the wind was still, the moon was shining clearly o. I set her doon wi' recht goodwill, among the rigs o' barley o. I kent her heart was all mine, I looed her maist sincerely o. I kissed her o'er and o'er again, among the rigs o' barley o. Corn rigs and barley rigs, corn rigs are bonny, oh, and therefore get that happy nicht amang the rigs we annie, oh. I locked her in my fond embrace, her heart was beating really, oh, my blessings on that happy place, among the rigs o' Bally, oh. But by the moon and stars sae bricht, that shone that hour sae clearly, oh, I shall bless that happy nicht among the rigs o' Bally, oh. Corn rigs and barley rigs, corn rigs are bonny, oh, and therefore get that happy nicht among the rigs we annie, oh. My father was a farmer upon the Carrick border, oh, and carefully he bred me in decency and order, oh. He bade me act a manly part, though he had ne'er a farthing, oh. For without an honest manly heart, no man was worth regarding, oh. As the son of a subsistence farmer in Ayrshire, Rabbie knew poverty from his birth, and he never lost his fear of it. His father and his tutor, Mr. Murdoch, saw to it that he received a good education, and he was a bright and quick pupil. Their poverty-stricken circumstances compelled Rab to spend much time working in the fields and the farm, so that by his 15th year, he was doing the full day's work of a labourer. Robert himself wrote at that time, "Life is the cheerless gloom of a hermit, with the unceasing moil of a galley slave," until he got once heartily in love, and then rhyme and song became the spontaneous language of his heart. Gin a body meet a body coming through the rye, gin a body kiss a body, need a body cry. Ilka lassie has her laddie, name they say I. Yet all the lads they smile at me when coming through the rye. Gin a body meet a body coming frae the toon, gin a body greet a body, need a body froon. Ilka lassie has her laddie, name they say I. Yet all the lads they smile at me when coming through the rye. Amang the train there is a swain I dearly loo mysell, but what his name or what his name I dinna care to tell. Ilka lassie has her laddie, name they say I, but all the lads they loo me weel, and what the war am I? With a group of his friends, Hunter, Richmond, and Jamie Smith, Burns swaggered around Mauchline striking rakish attitudes. They called themselves the Rebel Four and formed a fornicators club with highly immoral rules. It certainly led Rab into some hair-raising scrapes, not the least of which being repeated visits to the stool of penitence, or the cutty stool to be harangued by the renowned Daddy Auld. Robert Burns, you stand before this congregation a termagant fellow, beyond the reach of redemption's hand, a damned fornicator. Think you not of the deep, dark, burning shame burdening your worthy father's mind and heart with sorrow as he prepares to meet his Maker? I charge you to lead henceforth a sober and righteous and godly life. and to cease to be a shame and a disgrace to the respectable folk of this community. Amen. Robert's romantic exploits were the stuff of legend, but his true love was Jean Armour, and he wrote this song for her. Over the hills the winds can blow ideally to the west, for there a bonny lassie lives, the lassie I knew best. Though wildwoods grow or rivers flow, with many a hill between, both day and night, my fancy's flicht is ever o' my Jean. I see her in the dewy floods, sae lovely, sweet, and fair. I hear her voice in ilka bird, where music charm the air. There's no bonny flow that springs by mountain shore green, or yet a bonny bird that sings, but minds me o' my Jean. What sighs and vows among the knowes he passed atween us twa. How faint he meet, how wait he part, the day he gaed awa. The paths been can only ken, to whom the heart is seen, and none can be sae dear to me as my sweet, lovely Jean. The Mauchline Kirk session was resolved upon the moral purgation of the parish. The moving spirit in this was one of the elders, William Fisher by name, who enjoyed great local influence at the time, and through the poem Holy Willie's Prayer was to achieve immortality. O thou, what in the heavens dost dwell, wha, as it pleases best thysel, sends ane to heaven and 10 to hell, all for thy glory, and no for any good or ill they've done afore thee. I bless and praise thy matchless might, when thousands thou hast left in night, that I am here afore thy sight for gifts and grace, a burning and a shining light to all this place. What was I, or my generation, that I should get sick exaltation? I wha deserve sick just damnation for broken laws, 5,000 years for my creation, through Adam's cause. When frae my mother's womb I fell, the mighty plunged me in hell, to gnash my gums, to weep and wail in burning lake, or damned devils roar and yell, chained to a stake. But Lord, remember me and mine, with mercies temporal and divine, that I for gear and grace may shine, excelled by name, and all the glory shall be thine. Amen. Amen. Burns arranged for a number of his poems to be published. The book was known as the Kilmarnock edition and was an instant and overwhelming success,
transforming his life completely. The literati summoned him to Edinburgh, where the virtues of his poems were praised to the heights. During this time, he enjoyed himself both above and below stairs, not to mention in the drinking taverns. O Willie Bruder Pecco Mott and Rab and Allen Canty Pri, Drie blyther herz at Lilang nicht, ye wad na find in Christendie. We are na fool, we're nae say fool, but just a Rabbie in Newry. The cock may craw, the day may daw, but I will taste the barley brie. Here are we met, three merry lads, I trow are we. And mony a nicht we've merry been, and mony mair I hope to be. We are na fool, we're nae say fool, but just a Rabbie in Newry. The cock may craw, the day may daw, but I will taste the barley brie. Was first to rise and gang a war, a cuckold coward loon is he. Wha first beside his chair shall fall, he is the king among us three. We are na fool, we're nae say fool, but just a Rabbie in Newry. The cock may craw, the day may daw, but I will taste the barley brie. Willie Wassell dwelt in Tweed, the spot they called it Lincoln Doddy. Willie was a wabster good, could stown a clue wi' onybody. He had a wife was dour and din, O Tinker Madgie was her mither. Sic a wife as Willie had, I wouldna gie a button for her. She has an ee, she has but ane. The cat has twa the very colour, 5 rusty teeth, for by a stump a clapper tongue would deave a miller. A whisken beard about her moo, her nose and chin they threaten ither. Sic a wife as Willie had, I wadna gie a button for her. She's bow-hocked, she's hem-shinned, a limpin leg, a hand breed shorter. She's twisted right, she's twisted left, to balance fair in ilka quarter. She has a hump upon her breast, the twin o' that upon her shoulder. Sic a wife as Willie had, I wouldna gie a button for her. Ye banks and braes o bonny Doon, how can ye bloom sae fresh and fair? How can ye chant, ye little birds, and I say weary fool o' care? Ye'll brak my heart, ye warbling bird, that wantons through the flowering thorn. Ye mind me, O departed joys, departed never to return. After a roved by bonny Doon, to see the rose and woodbine twine, and ilka bird sang o' its love, and fondly said I o' mine. Will it some heart upon a rose, who sweet upon its thorny tree, and my false lover stole my rose.
rose, but I left the thorn with me.
From Edinburgh, Burns returned to the West and the ever-faithful Jean Armour. Mr. and Mrs. Armour had no objection to the prospect of a celebrated poet as a son-in-law. He bought Ellisland Farm near Dumfries and set about life as a farmer, but it proved a ruinous bargain. It was here that Rabbie gave serious attention to the collection and collation of Scottish material, giving substance to the body of traditional song which remains popular to this day and includes songs like these.
Yea, fond kiss, and then we sever. Yea, farewell, alas, forever. Deep in heart-wrung tears I'll pledge thee, warring sighs and groans I'll wage thee. Had we never loved so kindly, had we never loved so blindly, never met and never parted, we had ne'er been broken-hearted. Fare thee weel, thou best and dearest, fare thee weel, thou first and fairest, thine be ilka joy and treasure, peace, enjoyment, love, and pleasure. A fond kiss, and then we sever. Yea, farewell, alas, forever. Deep in heart-wrung tears I'll pledge thee, warring sighs and groans I'll wage thee.
Poor Rab should have had 2 wives. He's certainly more bairns than he needs, but he's a good man. They've made him a Burgess of Dumfries, which means the bairns get to school for Nathan. Oh, I wish he wouldn't drink so much, for he hasn't been weel. We'd all be better off if he would tak 1 penny from Johnson or Thompson for his poems and songs, but he winna tak it. He just refuses. He's aye writing. He hates farming now, and he's aye clattering about the countryside for the excise. What'll it do to him? As for his politics, look at the trouble he's in noo. He wouldn't stand for God Save the King at the theatre. His masters dinna like it one bit. He's so outspoken.
The deil came fiddling through the tune, and he danced a war with exciseman, and ilka wife praise old Mahoon, I wish you luck with the prizeman. The deal's a war, the deal's a war, the deal's a war with exciseman. He danced a war, he danced a war, he danced a war with exciseman. We'll mak or broad, we'll brew or drink, we'll dance and sing and rejoice, man, and money brought thanks to the meikle black deal that danced a war with excise, man. The deal's a war, the deal's a war, the deal's a war with excise, man. He danced a war, he danced a war, he danced a war with excise, man. There's threesome reels, there's foursome reels, there's hornpipes and struts bass, man. But the ye best answer to come to the land was the deal's a war with excise, man. The deal's a war, the deal's a war, the deal's a war with excise, man. He danced a war, he danced a war. He danced a war with excise, man.
All his life, Burns had been plagued by ill health. He often and increasingly complained of fevers and headaches, probably caused by childhood illnesses, and these were becoming more debilitating. The last straw was the advice of a quack doctor that bathing in the freezing cold waters of the Solway would improve his condition. In fact, it did the opposite. Robert Burns died on the 21st of July, 1796. While his funeral service, attended by huge numbers, was taking place, Jean Armour gave birth to their 9th child, a boy. New Robin lies in his last lair, he'll gabble rhyme and sing nae mair. Called poverty wi' hungry stare, nae mair shall fear him. Nor anxious fear, nor cankert care, mair come near him. To tell the truth, they seldom fashed him, except a moment when they crushed him. For soon as chance or fate had hushed him, the way sae short, then wi' a rhyme or sign he lashed him, and thought it sport.
There is a star whose beaming ray is shed on every clime. It shines by night, it shines by day, and ne'er goes dim with time. It rose upon the banks of Aire, it shone on Doon's clear stream. 100 years again and mair, yet brighter grows its beam. Let kings and courtiers rise and fall, the world has many turns, but brightly beams upin them all the star o' Rabbie burns.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.